Welcome to another Social Security show on KNTV. Remember, this is a call-in show which is live. So please call us with your questions. The number is 312-738-1060. Our show is your opportunity to get answers to your Social Security questions. Welcome to today's show. To honor our veterans for Veterans Day, we will start with talking about some of the programs Social Security has for our veterans. Supporting veterans and active duty members of the military is a key part of Social Security's mission. Our disability program has helped countless wounded warriors and their loved ones. Every Veterans Day, the nation collectively honors the brave people who risk their lives to protect our country. For those who return home with injuries, Social Security is the resource that they can turn to for disability benefits. Social Security's Wounded Warriors website is at socialsecurity.gov/Wounded Warriors. The Wounded Warriors website has answers to many commonly asked questions and provides other useful information about disability benefits, including how veterans can receive expedited processing of disability claims. Benefits available through Social Security are different from those available from the Department of Veteran Affairs. They require a separate application. Social Security's expedited process is available to military service members who became disabled while on active military service on or after October 1st, 2001, regardless of where the disability occurs. Even active duty military who continue to receive pay while in a hospital or on medical leave should consider applying for disability benefits. If they are unable to work due to disabling condition, active duty status and receipt of military pay does not necessarily prevent payment of Social Security's disability benefits. Although a person can't receive Social Security disability benefits while engaging in substantial work, receipt of military payment should never stop someone from applying for disability benefits from Social Security. And you can learn more from visiting our veterans page, which you can see on your screen now at socialsecurity.gov/people/veterans. That page is on our People Like Us. So when you go to Social Security's website and you click on our menu, you'll be able to just find our link for People Like Me, and you'll be able to find more information about veterans or any of the other services that you have. So good afternoon. My name's Andrew Salata. I'm the Public Affairs Specialist for Chicago. And we're going to talk about benefits today, so we look forward to hearing from you and what questions you may have. So remember, this is a live call-in show, and you can call us, talk with us, and we'll be happy to help you. So remember, 312-738-1060. So while you think about your questions and before we get into our program, let me turn it over to my guest so he can introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Philip Christie. I work at the Chicago East Social Security office as a claims specialist, and I take retirement and disability claims on a daily basis.
All right, so one of our representatives from our Chicago offices is one chance for you to get to talk to him without probably waiting half a day in the waiting room.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a great opportunity to ask me anything you need as far as that's concerned.
So let's start with just talking a little bit about how Social Security secures not just today but our future. And looking to our future, what is the first step in planning for a long and happy retirement?
Well, that's a good question. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to go onto our website and open a My Social Security account. When you get on My Social Security, you can immediately access your Social Security statement that has your earnings record, that estimates your benefits for when you are filing at age 62 all the way to your full retirement age and up to age 70, so that you can estimate what you'd be looking at when you are ready to near that retirement age and make a decision on when you want to take those benefits. Also, while you're online, you should verify your earnings are correct, because you can check those against what you have for your W-2s from your tax returns and make sure that Social Security has the correct earnings on file for you, to make sure that as the years progress, you're going through life with the correct earnings on your record, to make sure that your estimate for retirement benefits is what it needs to be. So great opportunity there for all that information. And then, we also, the other thing that has really recently updated with our internet online sign-in has changed. We used to have just a username and password, like standard website, going to your bank account, doing all that information. Now, we actually use a 2-pin process. So first, we'll use you setting up with your username and password like normal, and then we would move into the 2-pin process, which is we would either send you a security code via your cell phone or via the email as a second layer of security. And that's to better secure your information so that we're not giving out information to fraudulent people and that sort of thing. It's just a way that Social Security is protecting your information as much as possible once you're signing into your My Social Security account.
Yeah, and it's a pretty easy step. I just actually updated my account just this summer, so when I went into it, I had select my choice of whether I wanted text or email. I mean, either way, it would have been fine because I'd be looking at it on my phone, whether it's pulling up my email on my phone or just getting the text message.
Right.
And, so this way, if somehow someone can guess your username or password, now they're going to actually access it, they're going to probably have to have your phone, which means either your thumbprint or facial recognition, which is what we're going to nowadays. So it's a little bit secure now, so that way there's an extra thing that someone will have to find out about you.
Yes, you're exactly right. I mean, the more secure we can be, the more secure you can feel that even though you're signing in from your home computer, your access to your benefits is safe with Social Security as far as that's concerned.
So hopefully, if you have not created an account yet on a My Social Security account, then please visit socialsecurity.gov, create that account. You can visit a Social Security office. Many of our offices have standalone PCs, so that way you can get your identity verified there, an activation code, and then set up your account. But if you're going to do it at our office, remember to bring your cell phone, so that way you can have that text or email accessibility. Of course, when do we ever leave the house without a cell phone?
Yeah, I know. Nowadays it almost seems crazy to leave the house without your cell phone. So, yeah, most people that come into the office already have that on them, so it makes it very easy for them to complete that 2-pin process and have their first sign-in right there in the office with our self-help PCs that we usually have available to the public. So it's a good setup. So for you, if you are confused at home and you're not able to do it, to be able to go into a local office and get it set up for you pretty quickly.
Yeah,
the same
because
day.
we
So-
just need an ID from you.
Right.
And speaking of IDs, a lot of times you may be coming to visit our Social Security office to get a replacement Social Security card where you'll need to show proof of identity. So at that point, we can always set up an account for you. And when you have that account, Philip's going to tell you a great thing you can do with the My Social Security account now.
Yes, as of this fall, Social Security and the state of Illinois finally passed the legislation so that we could actually get it set up so that any adult over age 18 with a My Social Security account can order a replacement Social Security card online through their My Social Security account. So this is just one other bonus of having your My Social Security account set up. You can actually access and submit for your My Social Security card right online as long as you have a valid, state ID or driver's license as far as that's concerned. And you don't have to go into the field office and wait in those long lines anymore for that information. So that's a great benefit that's out there. If you want to get into that, there are some exceptions to the rule. If you do have kids that need replacement Social Security cards under age 18, you are still going to have to go either the mail route of sending in proofs through the mail or going into your local office as far as that's concerned. But it's a good step in the right direction for adults that think that they do pretty much everything else online, and being able to do ordering your replacement Social Security card online is just the next step in our doing more and more things online and making it more customer friendly for people that are coming into don't want to necessarily have to come into the office all the time.
Yeah, so it's great for anyone that's age 18 or older and a U.S. citizen. And basically what we do is, with the agreement we have with the state of Illinois, or some of the surrounding states, like if you're an Indiana resident or you have an Indiana driver's license, Wisconsin or Michigan, and you're listening to Chicago Cable, You can always do that replacement Social Security card online. And keep in mind, you just have to have an unexpired ID card, either a driver's license or ID card. So even if you can't find it, but you know your number, like I've memorized my driver's license since I keep forgetting my wallet sometimes. But as long as you have that number, you're able to put it in and we can verify it based on that number. So that's one thing to remember. And another thing to remember is as we're talking, this is your opportunity to talk with us.
Yep.
So give us a call at 312-738-1060. And as we wait for our call, let's talk a little bit about Social Security benefits.
Sure.
Talked about how our Wounded Warrior program assists our veterans, active duty or former active duty that have been injured or had some condition while they were in active duty. But 1 in 4 individuals that are working now may become disabled prior to retirement age. So let's talk a little bit about our disability benefits. What do the individuals need to know, or how can individuals go about filing for benefits?
Sure. I mean, standard options for filing for disability benefits is you can call our 1-800 number, 1-800-772-1213, and you can schedule an appointment to come into your local office if you're comfortable with that. Or you can schedule something, if you can't make it into the office for whatever reason, you can also schedule a phone appointment with your local office. Or if you want to bypass both of those routes, you can actually file online for disability. All you have to go to is to socialsecurity.gov/disability/apply.html. And that will take you right to it. But also, just off our website, you can just click apply for disability on the main page on our website, and you'd be able to do the same thing. It'll take you right to it. You run through a couple prompts and you write into the application. So, if you feel confident on computers, you feel like, that's a good thing for you, then that is probably the fastest way to be able to get everything submitted and get everything in to us. Because we will be contacting you even if after you file that online application. Usually there are certain things that we may have to take other applications for. We have a program called SSI, which is a needs-based program that we may have to contact you back about as far as that's concerned, because we may need more information than the online application asks you for before we'd be able to send it down to the Disability Determination Center. Now, as far as what happens once you get to the Disability Determination Center, once we get all the information we need and the medical release form, the program usually takes about 3 to 5 months for a decision to be made for an initial decision level. When you send it down, we usually have to collect all your medical information from the doctors. We have to have all of the, they also will send out a form usually to you to request further information if there's more medical updates. And then they may have you see one of our Social Security doctors for an evaluation. So all that has to go into the decision before we make a final decision on any level of allowance or denial for a disability claim. So there's a lot to it, but to get started, it's very simple. You need to either call us, walk into your Social Security office, or start it online, and we can go from there.
Yeah, so taking a look at our website, because as Philip had talked about, we're going to be looking at your medical condition, your doctors, hospitalizations, tests. That's a lot of information that you're going to have to either carry with you or try and remember. That's why many times I do remind individuals that if you file at socialsecurity.gov, at our website, you'll be able to file for disability. As you can see it in the upper right-hand corner, it shows disability. You click on there and it'll take you to our disability application, and you have all your information at home. So it's one of the great conveniences of being able to file with your information. Of course, if you call us, set up an appointment, and you have that phone appointment instead of coming into the office, then you still have your information there. But one way to get started or start preparing yourself is visiting us on the website, start the paperwork. And keep in mind, if you have that appointment, you can keep it, and we'll just make sure everything is there. Make sure we have all the proper addresses, documents, and send your case for decision making, because the sooner you apply, the sooner we can get that process rolling.
Exactly. And really, the biggest advantage of filing online is a lot of times when people come into the office, they may have some of their doctor's information, but they don't have everything with them. And then sometimes they have to call it back or whatever the situation is. If you're in the comfort of your own home, you can have all your paperwork in front of you. You can put all your doctor's names and hospitals right down there, and it's already stored in there when we pull in the application. So it can be a huge advantage, and it can make a difference on getting further information on your disability that maybe we wouldn't have otherwise.
So let's now think about the case where, since Social Security is just not a retirement program, we talked about the disability part of it, but since Social Security is like a premier life insurance policy for American public, those that are working and paying into Social Security, you're paying a premium to an insurance policy, and that insurance policy also would cover the event if you were to pass away. If you were young, like 1 in 8 young workers today under the age of 30 may pass away before their retirement age, which means they could be leaving behind a young spouse or even young children. And without loss of income, Social Security is there to support your family in the event that you're no longer there to help or support because of death, and that's where we have survivor benefits. So what about survivor benefits for like spouses? I guess we'll just start with the spouses
Sure.
and go from there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because death can happen at any point, in the stream of life. So there's many different situations where survivor benefits could be official. But looking at a surviving spouse claim, it all depends on your age. When your spouse would pass away. So if it's a widower or widow's claim and you're already above your full retirement age, basically the way it works is you get the higher of the two benefits of the two that you two were receiving. So if you were getting $2,000 a month and your spouse is getting $2,500 a month and he passed away, then you would right away be eligible for that $2,500 a month if you're already past your full retirement age. Now, let's say that you're a little bit younger, that you're age 60. You're just turning 60. You're working part time, but you're still under what we consider our earnings limit, which we'll go over a little bit later. You would be eligible to file at that point as a widower. It's a big advantage because you don't have to file for your retirement benefits at that time. You can actually wait on that and wait for those benefits to grow. You can grow those to your full retirement age or further and get a little bit higher benefit than you'd be able to get otherwise while still receiving some benefit off your spouse. That doesn't work out in all cases, but that's definitely something you need to think about as far as that's concerned. And then, the earliest you can file for any kind of widower benefit is age 60. But you can file all the way from 60 up until your full retirement age is 66. And now that we got people that are in that in-between years, 66 to 67.
Yeah.
If you're born after 1960, it's 67 now. So, more as time goes along, things change as far as that's concerned. But rest assured that if you're at least above 60 by age, you'd be eligible for a widower's benefit. If your spouse is paid into Social Security and is insured with at least those 40 quarters of credit. Now the other thing is that with widower's benefit, there's always a possibility that you as the spouse could be disabled yourself. So if that's the case, you can get disabled widower's benefit as early as age 60 or 50. Sorry. So that range usually goes from 50 to 60, and then it's more advantageous, at age 60 to file for aged widow's benefits. So there are a lot of things in play with widower's benefits, but it's there if you need it.
Yeah, and the one thing that I like to remind our viewers about is when we talk about widow or widower benefits, we're not just talking about the current spouse, but if there were any previous marriages where the marriage ended in divorce and you were married for at least 10 years from the date of marriage to the date of divorce, that 10 years, if you don't remarry before age 60, you will qualify as a divorced surviving spouse later. So it's something important to think about. Social Security will cover those divorced marriages as well as your current marriages.
That's correct.
So now that we've kind of talked about the depressing side of things with disability and survivor benefits, I figure it's time for some more good news. We already started the good news with getting replacement Social Security cards online. But since it's the end of the year, and I'm really surprised no one has called us to ask any questions, and you can remember to call us at 312-738-1060. But with the end of the year comes our cost of living adjustment, and we have some good news about that. So Philip, share that good news.
Absolutely. As of January 2018, we'll be looking at a 2% increase across the board for all 66 million Americans that are receiving Social Security, retirement, and disability benefits. So that is, compared to past years, it's a pretty big increase, a pretty big jump in benefits. The 2% cost of living increase will be payable on benefits in January 2018 for retirement and Social Security disability beneficiaries. And then for SSI, that'll also be a 2% increase, and that will be taking place first check in December
December
29th
29th,
of 2017. So, because the first year is a holiday, we make sure you guys get paid a little bit early on that one.
Yeah, because it kind of comes out early because the first is a holiday,
Yep.
and then the 30th and the 31st are weekend dates,
Right.
so
Yep.
we have to pay on that business day. So that Friday before the last Friday of the year, just in time for New Year, I guess, we'll be sending out a SSI check that's a little bit higher.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be a big jump.
With
So-
that increase to our Social Security benefits, it sometimes increases some of our other things. Like our quarter of coverage, where you pay into Social Security is going up by $20, so it's going to be $1,320. This year is $1,300. So to get 4 credits, you need now $5,280 in 2018 to get your full 4 credits. This year was just even $5,200.
Yeah, and then the other thing is a lot of people when they're looking at retirement or survivor benefits, they're looking at work.
Yes.
With another year, our work our work earnings limit has increased as well. So for 2018, the work earnings limit is $17,040 for the year for 2017. So if you stay under that, you can receive checks all year without any issue between age 62 and the year of full retirement age. Now, if you're in the year of full retirement age, it goes way up. And actually in 2018, it raised yet again. You can earn up to $45,360 for 2018 without any issue if you're in your full retirement age year. And then, as we all should know, after you reach your full retirement age, everything's unlimited for earnings. So, that's always something to look forward to as well.
So find that online, but you know what, before we wrap up our show, let's take a caller. Caller, if you're available, we're ready for you.
Hello.
Hello.
I am inquiring about Medicare. I presently get disability, and my husband and I were married for over about 35 years, and we got divorced. I think it was in 2003, 2004, and the whole time we were together, he was basically a student in school, and he worked very little. So what I was wondering, I'm inquiring about, I get Medicaid, but I would like to get Medicare. And I called Social Security, and they explained to me that if to send them in a copy of my degree or take it down to Social Security, have them make a copy of it. And then would I qualify for Medicare instead of Medicaid?
Well, I guess it depends because you'd have to be, if you're getting disability benefits, your Social Security disability, you'll get Medicare after 2 years. Otherwise, you have to wait till age 65 for Medicare.
I'm already 68.
Okay, if you're over
Okay.
65, if your spouse or your divorced spouse is over age 62 and had worked and earned those 40 credits, you may be able to get Medicare on your spouse's record. So it depends on if your spouse is younger or older than you. So if your spouse is 62 or older, we can check it out. So you should visit our office or give us a call at the 1-800 number so we can look into it. We'll need your divorced or ex-husband's Social Security number, and then just give us a call at 1-800-772-1213. Thank you for calling in, and thank you for watching our show. Remember, Social Security will be there for you securing today and tomorrow. So if you do have any questions and you weren't able to make it on the show, Just remember, you can call our 800 number, 1-800-772-1213 till 7 p.m., and we'll see you next week. Have a good night.